Hey everybody. I wanted to do a video to give a little update about the video that I previously did about music formats and to also give you some insight into the state of the channel and what I plan to do from here on out. One of the things that I thought was really interesting is that when I did the show about music formats and I said that I was going to change my focus from vinyl to a CD and that I was going to mainly purchase CDs. It only took me saying that and kind of adjusting my collection and adjusting my mindset to realize that I sort of no longer valued CDs like I used to. And let me try to explain that. I felt like maybe just buying CDs here on out was maybe not the best plan. I started, organizing my collection and going through things and seeing that there were things I could purge from my collection. And I just kind of got a little bit tired of dealing with jewel cases and digipacks. And I thought to myself, most of the way I listen to music is is usually even though I thought purchasing CDs from here on out makes sense economically, I usually listen to music electronically. I usually listen to either files on my computer or I stream or I listen to files in the car. And I play vinyl occasionally. There's just something a little bit more fun about dealing with the vinyl than there is dealing with the CDs. So I just want to make an adjustment to what I said before. And I'm probably going to I might buy CDs if I wanted to digitize them, but I might also, from here on out, so many of my favorite artists have pages on Bandcamp. I may just purchase music that way and the occasional vinyl record. I tend to, and I think that probably a lot of us do this. I tend to try to rebuild, everyone I think does this, tries to rebuild the collection that they had, their previous self had, like maybe in their high school days or their college days. And I find myself doing a lot of that. And so I occasionally see records in my collection where I'm just like, I really just bought that because I used to own it. And I didn't buy it because I'm going to necessarily listen to it. So I think that's the focus that I'm going to have is to make sure that when I buy vinyl, it's going to be something that I really intend to listen to because I'm 61 years old. I'm not really interested in acquiring so many things that I'm going to end up having to liquidate later on when I no longer feel like I want to have so much stuff in the house. And I think there's probably a lot of people who also have those concerns. And I also have I said some things about having regrets about taking CDs out of cases and putting them in books. And I realized that if I'm not going to actually play the CD in the CD player, that's if I can just let go of the fact that I don't have the box and the artwork anymore, it really kind of actually does make a little bit of sense. So I've had kind of a change of heart there, and I just wanted to I wanted to communicate that because I felt disingenuous about some of the things I said, even though that's the way I was feeling at the time. One of the things and I don't know if I may have mentioned this, but one of the things that vinyl has uh, one of the advantages that it has is that it gives you a visual representation of what you're listening to. And when you're trying to learn something, when you're trying to become more familiar with an album, that sort of helps you out. It lets you know, okay, I'm this far in, I have this far to go. And so I think that that's really kind of an important advantage that vinyl has that I didn't really I wasn't really thinking about and when I did the other presentation. So moving forward, I'm going to preface this with something that I've been feeling that I just want to share. I'm pretty sure everybody knows this, but I'm in the United States, And this isn't a good place right now for us. Things are kind of going on, life goes on as normal, but for some people in this country, they're living in a police state. And we're ruled by a narcissistic tyrant, and we don't know what he's going to do next. The company that I work for, which is a media company, has kind of capitulated to the administration about a couple of things, and that's sad and it's depressing. And it makes me feel like coming up with topics for a YouTube channel it doesn't seem like the best use of my time. Now, there's not a whole lot I can do about this situation, but I want to share with you something that somebody that I admire quite a bit says on their YouTube channel. Phil Aston from Now Spitting Magazine says something at the end of every one of his videos, and I really like it. And he says, and I think you know what I'm going to say. He says, "Music is the healer and the doctor." And I think at this point in my life, I need for music to be the healer and the doctor, and not to be the assignment, not to be the thing that I have to study, not the thing that I have to take notes on, not the thing that makes me say, oh, I agreed to do this show about this album that I really, really like, but I haven't listened to it in a decade. And so now I have to cram and write notes and listen to it over and over again. And I'm starting to not feel that so much. Doing that kind of research can kind of be a drag. Do you know the kind of dreams that you have, and you had them in high school and college, and decades later you sometimes still have them about you're in school and you haven't shown up for the entire year, and then it's final exam time and you think, oh, I'm not ready, I didn't do the homework. um it kind of feels that way sometimes. And I'm going to go at the end of this video. I'm going to go through some thank yous to some people that really have helped me on this journey, and in doing this kind of music commentary thing. But I was thinking about this uh, coming up. I've got a couple of concerts, and I have some friends coming to town to see Stephen Wilson, and then I'm having later on in October, I'm going to Tennessee to go to Morse Fest, which is something that I do every year. I've done it every year since 2014. Only missed one year during 2020 during the pandemic, and I was thinking to myself, well, that would be a good opportunity for the channel to be, to have my phone, do YouTube shorts and say, here we are at the Stephen Wilson concert. Here we are at the venue. And I thought to myself, this is not the way I want to spend my time with my friends at an event like that. And so that was kind of nagging at me. And I was like, you know what? I'm not really sure that that's something that I want to do. I think I just want to have quality time with my friends. And so that got me thinking about the fact that, I don't know about you, but when I was younger, I didn't like critics. I never wanted to be a critic. Um, and there are times that I feel like one. And I'm not really sure how I feel about that, but I'm pretty sure I don't like it. Um, so well, I guess what I'm trying to say here is this. I know that this channel is relatively new. You guys have seen, you people, folks, audience has seen me on various other channels, and I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to do that. But it took me a long time to decide whether or not I wanted to do a channel. And part of that was that I was afraid if I started it, I wouldn't want to continue it. And the last thing that I want to do is to make it seem like I'm one of those people who is trying to get attention for myself, that's going to say, oh, subscribe to my channel. And then they say, oh, I can't bear doing a channel. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go on hiatus and stuff like that. And a lot of people do that for real reasons. And so I don't want to make it sound like I'm putting anyone down who would go on a break, who does this. But I'm thinking to myself that it might be best if I just stopped, if I just put the brakes on this now before I end up really needing to do that. and everybody just thinking that I'm all drama and that he just can't make up his mind. So I'm going to make up my mind. I'm probably going to stop updating this channel. And I'll leave it up. I may change the name of it to Todd Evans, just my name, so that I can participate in premieres and conversations and chats just as myself and not as the channel. I I've one of the reasons that I hesitated to make this announcement is because I wanted to make sure that I got to still hang out with my friends that I've met in this music community, and I hope that I'll have an opportunity to do that. Um, and that's one of the reasons why I decided, actually, most of you don't know this, but I decided about 3 months ago that I was going to step back from doing shows. And I had a change of heart, and then that's when I decided to do the channel. I thought, well, now is the time to see if this is something that I really like to do. And so the truth is that I don't think that this is something that I want to do moving forward. But I wanted to make sure that everybody knew that I'm gonna keep the content up for a little while. Like I said, I might change the name of it. And if anybody follows me on the socials because they're a subscriber of the channel, you're welcome to continue following me. You're welcome to continue following the channel on YouTube. Who knows, maybe an album will come out and I'll get so excited about it that I'll have to drop a review of it. But to those of you who did follow me anticipating more content, I truly do apologize. And if you want to unfollow, I certainly understand. Um, some thank yous that I'd like to do right now. Martin Popoff and Marco D'Oria from the Contrarians. That was my first opportunity to talk about this kind of stuff in this sort of a forum, and I'm will be forever grateful to the two of them. For Marco, I was able to participate in these four panel books right here, The Cure, Robert Plant, and the two Genesis books. This was a humbling and extremely rewarding endeavor for me. Humbling because the first one that I was in, The Cure, I showed up relatively unprepared, and that got me to really buckle down for Robert Plant and the two Genesis books, and I really enjoyed this. So I wanted to say thank you to Martin for that. There's another book that I was in that I'll say thank you to that person in a minute. Grant Arthur from Grant's Rock Warehouse. He's given me so many great opportunities to talk about so many things that I've had on my mind for so many years, and it, it was such a great honor to be able to do that. Davey Gallagher from the Contrarians also, and his own channel. Um, he let me be on his channel for a an episode with just me and him. I got to talk about myself. That was so great. Davey and I have had quite a few conversations over texts, and I consider him to be a great friend. So thank you, Davey. Ryan Gavalier, who left this community to live his life, which I greatly respect. Again, lots of great opportunities to talk about a lot of really fun things. Bicycle Legs, of course. Bicycle Legs is probably the person that I have the most in common with about the kinds of music that we listen to and talk about. And so thank you to him, Peter Kerr, who's given me some great opportunities, even some opportunities to talk about some things that I didn't think I wanted to talk about. And so thank you, Peter. Tom Curlis, who for my money has the best show on YouTube, Curlis Mania. Tom, thank you very much. The show that we did on the where we ranked the Lindsey Buckingham era Fleetwood Mac albums, and when we took the XTC Apple Venus Volume 1 and Volume 2 and combined it into a single CD. Those are two of my best experiences in YouTube world. Davey Cretin from Cretin Classics, who gave me the opportunity to talk about IQ for really the first time ever, even though I would try to slip IQ into just about every show. I think I put IQ in every single one of those album cover shows that I used to do on the Contrarians. Stephen Schnee, who is probably one of the most uh, talented media commentators that I've ever worked with. And I've worked in television for most of my life. So that's saying something. Very talented. If you're not subscribed to Steven's channels, please do so. Tim Derling, who gave me the opportunity to be part of this book, which was a big challenge because one of the albums that he gave me to talk about in this book, Kansas Let It Be Your Guide, the album review, was an album that I had never listened to. And so I didn't tell him that. And so thank you, Tim, for everything. And Mike Ladano from Grab a Stack of Rock, uh, fine gentleman who knows a lot more about especially heavy music than I do, for sure. And Paul Simon from Rush fans and from the Grant's Rock Warehouse World, and Eric Hansen from the Grant's Rock Warehouse World, and all of the gentlemen that I do the year shows with on Grant's show. Thank you very much, everyone. And like I said, the content will stay up. I may change the name of the channel page to be just my name. And if you've subscribed, thank you very much. And thanks everybody for watching. Bye-bye.